Alright, so welcome to Souflotv again, everybody. It is your host with the most. Alright, so what we come to talk about today is Sizzla Kalonji versus the great Bob Marley. Well, not late, but the great Bob Marley. Alright, what we come to talk about today is who is the better songwriter. We're not talking about who is the most well-known around the world. We're talking about who is the better songwriter. Alright? So a story ran a while back, and Souflotv is just now catching wind of it. And because it is interesting to me, I would like to share it with my audience. So audience, here we go. The story went like this, right? For such a small island, Jamaica has produced way more than their fair share of great songwriters. From the King Bob Marley, Bob Andy, John Holt, Beres Hammond, Gregory Isaacs, just to name a few. The truth is, however, none of the names mentioned even come close to Sizzla Kalonji in terms of songwriting abilities. Alright. Sizzla is only 39 years old, yet he has released over 80 albums. He has written more than 90% of all the songs he has released. What is even more remarkable is that Sizzla does not rely on reformatting or borrowing from things that others have already said when writing his songs. Some will argue that Bob Marley was the greatest songwriter out of Jamaica. Like I said before, when that machine is behind you, or when the people have all... Listen, let's not even try to take away anything from Bob Marley. Bob Marley was Bob Marley. Bob Marley was powerful in the earth. Understand? So, some will try to say that Bob Marley is the most famous Jamaican ever. His songwriting skills, however, cannot be compared to Sizzla. A lot of Bob Marley's most famous lyrics, pay attention, a lot of Bob Marley's most famous lyrics were actually taken from famous Jamaicans, or the Bible, Rasta elders, and old Jamaican proverbs. Alright? So unknown to many non-Jamaicans is the fact that phrases from Bob Marley songs like "Every day the bucket go a well, one day the bottom are gonna drop out," and the next one will say things like "Life is one big road with a lot of signs," and them kind of thing there. "Chicken Mary hawk the near." These are just a few of the everyday Jamaican sayings that Bob Marley had skillfully put into his music, and non-Jamaicans abroad took to it and believed that it was actually Bob Marley that was creating these sayings. Sizzla, on the other hand, is much more creative and original in his songwriting process. So, when listening to Sizzla, you hear a wise and clever phrase. It is actually a phrase from Sizzla, such as, "To disrespect the woman, I disagree. How can you stand there and curse a bearing tree?" Things like that. Most likely, Sizzla will never get the nationwide acclaim for his songwriting abilities. This is for the simple fact that some choose to wrongly interpret his music as being decisive. For example, lyrics like, "I have no white God, don't teach me anything wrong. Would a white God save me from white man oppression?" You don't remember the one there? "I have no white God, don't teach me anything wrong. Could a white God save me from white man oppression? It's just a black God and a black Messiah." Alright. So, Sizzla has also been his worst enemy when his most ardent fans have had to question his motives. For example, how does such a talented individual goes from uplifting songs like "Black Woman and Child" to degrading lyrics like "Judgment Yard, force up the wood in our pussy"? How does he go from singing "To see love amongst my friends," to see love amongst my friends, to Sizzla, this is heaven, to singing gangster and left them gun. And if action speaks louder than words, how does such a great man go from smoking high-grade marijuana to sipping Hennessy, when Bob Marley already told us that alcohol is the destruction of a nation? Alright? So, this does not take away from Sizzla's creativity, however. If anything, it shows his versatility. He can sing songs for the righteous Rasta. He can sing songs for the girls behaving badly in the dance hall or the gangsters on the street corner. After all, when Bob Marley pushed the wood, blazed the fire, it might be the same wood that Judgment Yard forced up in the female's vagina. The big long gun that rolled upon them might be the same gun that Bob Marley used to shoot the sheriff. If you don't understand what I said. As Sizzla said, and a Malcolm X and Martin Luther this, a Sizzla will come to trick all the tricks. Maybe the inconsistencies in his lyrics are just a part of the tricks up his sleeve. Alright? If you love great lyrics, even if you're not a favorite, even if reggae music is not your favorite genre, Sizzla is definitely an artist you should listen to. Alright. So people, Souflotv, check this out. The question is, between Sizzla Kalonji and the late great Bob Marley, who is the better songwriter? Or the greater songwriter? Bob Marley has been gone for a long time. Bob Marley's songs are known worldwide, word for word. To this day still, Bob Marley is such an icon. Bob Marley went beyond just the music as a humanitarian. You have people wear a tattoo Bob Marley upon them flesh. Put them on t-shirt and I wear it and them things there. Listen, this is after Bob leave the earth. In his own right, Sizzla Kalonji have like a one theme right now. People have put up Sizzla Kalonji picture upon them wall. People have put that up on them t-shirt. And all these other things. The young youth has put in so much work in such a lifetime short space. When you talk about 80 albums, you're not talking about 80 albums of waste material. You can't play a Sizzla album and say you want skip past 4 or 5 of the tracks them out of the 12, 13 tracks that is on the CD. Sizzla create albums that you have to listen to every single song, and every song is deep. Every song have an original beat. Every song have original lyrics. So with that said, I would say this is my own humble opinion. You can choose whichever one you want to choose. Matter of fact, when you like, comment, share, and subscribe, when you comment down in the section below, in the comment section, I want you to choose one. Which one is it? And don't bother tell me that them both equal and all this other thing, because if Usain Bolt are run against Justin Gatlin and Usain Bolt cross the finish line first, you're not going to say Justin Gatlin just as fast. You're going to say Usain Bolt is the faster one. So, me want you to compare the body of works between two of them, and I want you to tell me which one do you think is the more stellar, the better, the greater songwriter. The reason why I don't really feel that people are going to give Sizzla his just due is because, see, Sizzla asks, where is the black man God? Whereas Bob Marley said, Jah for everybody. Right? Black woman and child him sing about. Whereas Bob Marley's songs were more general. That means a Chinese man, an Indian man, a black man, a white man can gravitate towards it, can listen to it, and can feel connected to it without feeling left out. As opposed to them listening to, if you see a Chinese man I walk down the street and they must sing a song like, Black Woman and Child, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. If you see a white man I walk down the street and I sing a song like Black Woman and Child, it will sound weird, to be honest, right? Now, with Bob Marley, feel song them. White man can walk around the street and sing it. Indian man, Chinese man, everybody can walk on the street sing the whole of them song them, and they won't feel as if, boy, that song really don't appeal to me. So with that said, I do believe that people are gonna say yes, Bob Marley are the greatest songwriter. But what I think that people are really, the point I think people are really gonna miss is we're not talking about most popular here. We're talking about who is the greatest songwriter, who is the greatest songwriter. And remember, at that, Bob Marley has left Earth, this space, so there's no more room for growth as far as his work goes. For the whole notion of Bob Marley is the greatest of all time, I don't subscribe to these things. Here's the reason why I don't subscribe to them things here. Because the greatest of all time, we don't live out all time. We have not lived out the greatest, we have not lived out all of time. So we can't label him the greatest of all time. Surely there was someone that has come that was equal to or greater but has not gotten the same light. If you had asked Bob Marley, matter of fact it was widely known, Bob Marley said Dennis Brown, if you had asked Bob Marley this same question. But then again, the great that are humble are usually modest. And if you ask them if them great, them usually point to someone else and say, yeah man, but film thing a shot more. It's just today now you find today artists that say, yes I am, and there's no other beside me, and that kind of thing. So Bob was a kind of person that was, matter of fact I remember an interview where him said if film life is for the people, and if him can't live it that way, then him no want it. So with that said, him surely would have pointed to somebody else. In my book, I do believe that Sizzla is, but Sizzla will not get that accolade. Not from certain people anyway, because or certain awarding institutions and certain machines that are willing to back certain people, because Sizzla thing is more focused on black upliftment, black education, black power. Whereas Bob Marley thing was more focused on humanity on a whole. Everybody all included. Now I don't know if that's a good thing or if that's a bad thing, because what I have noticed is that when time we go out on a limb to say humanity on a whole, we always go out on a limb to say we want to include everybody, but when the benefits come in, we as black people are usually the last ones to benefit, even though we are the one where out there say peace and love. And we are the ones that are out there saying everybody should be included. We are usually the last ones to be included. Let me give you a great example in closing. Watch this. So, currently I'm in the state of Texas. Texas just come out 2016, passed a law that says that we can legally open carry, meaning you don't have to hide your gun anymore. So your concealed weapons license then is no longer just for concealment. That means once you own that license, you can carry your gun outright. Just slap it on your hip and walk around with it. So, and this is for the entire state of Texas. So, anywhere in Texas, you can see a regular person walk past you with a big 45 on them hip, or a 357 revolver and a holster on them hip, not covered up under a shirt, on their hip. Matter of fact, you can see an AR-15 or you can see an AR-15 hooked to the back of a truck window. Matter of fact, I come home the other day from work and the neighbors across the street, one of the youth them park up him truck on the side of the road, right across the street from the house. And as I'm pulling into the block, the first thing I noticed was this big long double barrel shotgun that was mounted on a rack in clear view, because the windows weren't tinted, of one of them pickup truck there. You know, the 2-seater pickup truck, them are 3-seater. They only have 2 doors and they only have 1 bench seat in it. It was one of those vehicles. You can clearly see the big double barrel shotgun right there. So, with this law, I remember the protests leading up to this law being passed in Texas, right? And I remember a lot of black people coming out for the protest and Hispanic people coming out for the protest. And on the side of the protest, standing up to say they want the right to carry. They want the right to open carry. Right along with all the white people them that was leading the protest. Them a walk out and I say we want the right to carry. Government to take our rights and a trample upon our rights. We have the right to bear arms. Okay, the law passed. Watch this. Walk with me. Let us think about all the black people that have been shot down, died, killed by police officers for simply reaching for something. Them just reach for something, you know. And most of the time the people them got asked first, where's your ID, driving license, registration, pull it out, let me see it. A man go reach for them driving license and police boy pop off on them. And if you ever notice, it was always a white police officer that was killing a black guy. I'm not trying to incite anything, I'm just saying factual things, okay? So, them ask you for your ID, you reach over for your ID, them full up your back a bullet. Alright. They are always the first to say, okay, here's another one. Black kid goes outside playing with a toy gun. Police canvassing the area, making sure no crime don't go on. Them say the little youth, a youth, you know, him not even in them teenage years yet. Full up the little youth a gunshot, come and play with a toy gun. Their thing was, they thought it was a real gun. There was no get on the loudspeakers that police cars have where you can hear them for blocks and say, hello, put that weapon down. Put your hands up in the air. Lay down on the ground. There was none of that. Police come around the block, see the little youth with the gun. That's why I don't give my children toy guns. Because them are black boys and me know. So them people here will kill them. So, with all that protesting going on and black people jumping in talking about where we need to make the numbers because the more names on the petition, the law will be signed into action. Okay, the law has been signed into action. They used you guys for numbers. Now, I said this the other day and I'm going to say it again. I dare one of them, black man, to walk out with a big 45 upon him hip. No cover up. Just walk out with it in the open. Since you really believe, and I want you to do it right around the corner from a police station. Since you really believe that this law actually applies to you as well. Okay? And I will wait for the news report as to what happened. I will wait for the news report as to what happened but I know what will happen. I don't see not one black person, pardon me, that is walking around observant of this new law to open carry. Why? Because subconsciously we know and consciously we have witnessed and we know that if we ever step out with a big gun on our hip, I talk about we're open carry because the law allows us to in the state of Texas, you know that would be a murder case. And they would probably get away with it. I'm just saying. So with that said, Souflotv went off on a tangent just now a little bit. But with that said, I was just trying to make a point. So, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And remember, the question at hand was between Sizzla Kalonji and between the great Bob Marley, who was the better or greater songwriter. Alright? Like, comment, and subscribe, and leave your comments down in the section below. It's Souflotv. I'm up, out of here. See there. Peace.